Of the many wonders that surround us in the natural world, one of the most intriguing and enduring mysteries is that of the transformation of the caterpillar from a chrysalis to a butterfly. Tired of its endless feasting, the caterpillar reaches a point where it can consume no more. Instead, it turns within and begins to imagine a very different reality. At the core of its being, profound changes are beginning to stir. It's a process I recognize within myself, as I too become still and sense the stirrings of an inner awakening. I too ask myself the question, who am I? What is my true potential? As I move from fear to freedom, from hopelessness to hope, I begin to take the first steps on my own journey of transformation. The story of the Brahma Kumaris. It was just such a calling which stirred in the heart of the founder of the Brahma Kumaris, Dada Lekhraj, who soon became known as Brahma Baba. The impulse for change came as a result of a series of visions he received, in which he saw how the world itself was to undergo a process of profound transformation. The changes that came about in Brahma Baba as a result soon brought about changes in others too, who likewise were feeling the urge for something new. The small group that formed around him, mostly women, became known as the Daughters of Brahma, the Brahma Kumaris. When the call came for someone to come to the West and share the vision of the Brahma Kumaris, it was Daddy Janki who stepped forward. With nothing more than a change of clothes, she left India for the first time and boarded an aeroplane to London. She had practically no formal education behind her and didn't even speak any English. What she did have, however, was an unshakable faith and an unbreakable love for God.
अपने संकल्प भावना श्रेष्ठ रखो, भगवान में विश्वास रखो, विश्वास तब होगा जब हिम्मत होगी, सच्चा बन करके परमात्मा के प्यार से उसका जो फल मिलता है औरों को देंगे.
Daddy Janki stayed in London for the next 40 years, sharing the fruits of her faith, courage and honesty with many others, inspiring them to connect with their own inner powers for self-transformation. Now, after more than 80 years of spiritual service and well into her hundreds herself, Daddy Janki is still the same powerhouse she ever was.
The exchange that you're having with others is creating something.
Sister Genti has witnessed firsthand how, with Daddy's presence in London, the Brahma Kumaris has grown from an apartment in a small terraced house to a purpose-built facility serving the whole of the UK, Europe and beyond.
When I started on this journey, I wanted to see, was it possible for me to change characteristics that were negative and be able to transform myself into the original state of being that I knew was possible. And to my wonder and surprise, I discovered that that's what all this is about, that you can create the highest within yourself and allow that potential to emerge in a very practical way. And if one person can do it, well, so can many, many others also.
The Brahma Kumaris was established in 1937 in pre-partitioned India. It now has a presence in 110 countries, through a network of over 4,500 centres and more than 1 million regular students worldwide. Soon after the establishment of the Brahma Kumaris in London and in 40 cities throughout the UK, meditation and retreat places were established throughout Europe. Today, more than 80 years later, it has grown into a worldwide spiritual organization and the largest of its kind to be led by women. Like the transforming cells of the chrysalis, which group together to form supportive clusters of new butterfly cells, the Brahma Kumaris has a global network of centers where spiritual support encourages innate potential to flourish.
The spiritual organization invites people from all walks of life to come and learn the art of Raj Yoga meditation free of cost. Everyone, regardless of religion, race, social or economic status, is welcome to study the spiritual knowledge and meditation.
Meditation helps the soul to see with positive energy and sharing this positivity with others. Putting those positive qualities into practical actions, and with self-transformation, hope is created that eventually the world will become a positive place to live.
There's a purpose to the Brahma Kumaris being at the United Nations. And the purpose is to reaffirm faith in the dignity and worth of the human being. So the way we do this is that we bring to the table, we integrate into the programs of the United Nations a spiritual trajectory of awareness, attitude, vision, action as a subtle dynamic to transformation.
Over the years, the activities of the Brahma Kumaris have diversified with a number of international events, including projects like Million Minutes of Peace, Global Cooperation for a Better World, Peace in the Park festivals, and programs for young people and emerging leaders, Choose, Change and Become, Spotlight Values, and Om Cafe. The Brahma Kumaris also work in partnership with several other international projects, including Living Values Education, Images and Voices of Hope, and Spirit of Humanity Forum, as well as participating in the international events on climate change.
Wherever the Brahma Kumaris centers exist, they play a significant role in the community. Whether it's supporting people in the aftermath of a disaster, encouraging women to make positive changes to their lives, helping teenagers cope with the huge pressure of modern life, or just supporting individuals generally who wanting to grow and change within themselves. We are there to help. Whenever we can, we are there to serve.
Our lives and the changes we make to them are part of that process of change, each small step affecting the whole. As the butterfly flaps its wings, the effects can be felt on the other side of the world. What we are witnessing in the world, as with the butterfly, is the splitting open of the old skin and the emergence of a new and transformed story for humanity. Like the emerging butterfly, there comes a time when we too are ready to unfold the wings of our own conscious awakening. Profoundly changed from the place where we began, we step into our full magnificence and splendor. And And it's then that on our journey of transformation, we begin to truly fly.